Hello and welcome to Rarely Rad. Haleigh and Isabel are here this week, and it is Super Bowl Sunday when we're recording. Who do you think is going to win is?
Probably the Chiefs.
I know, I think so too, but everyone is rooting for the Eagles, and I really hope they can maybe win.
Yeah, I'm rooting for them, but I think the Chiefs will win.
Yeah, I keep seeing like the prediction videos, and it's like how the Super Bowl is going to go, and it's like the Eagles get an interception from Patrick Mahomes, and then there's a random flag thrown, and it's like, it's just some bullshit reasoning of it.
Did you see the mayor of Philly was like, guys, please don't climb the lamp poles. Please don't break into buildings. And it's like, regardless of the outcome, like that, the fact that Philly is going to completely go insane whether they win or lose, it's like they still have to make this whole press conference, which is insane.
My dad was saying their last big game that they were like apparently like putting Vaseline and stuff on a lot of the lamp poles so that they weren't climbable.
I don't understand the mindset because they're like setting cars on fire and stuff. And I just like, why? Like, why?
I don't think, I mean, I think it's because you just don't care about something like that, where like I can understand it. Like this is like Eagles is something that some people like, it has been their entire fucking life. Like they are so passionate about it that like, and this is the biggest stage you'll ever kind of be on. So I get it. I'm not saying I would do it, but I totally get it. And I mean, I couldn't climb a street pole if I wanted to.
Oh, I definitely could. I'm a great climber. I understand the climbing the street poles. Like what I don't get is setting cars on fire. That I don't understand.
I don't know.
I understand being excited and passionate about stuff. Like but I'm like, I'm not gonna go set my car on fire. My insurance isn't gonna cover that because it's like,
I don't think they're setting their own cars on fire.
You don't know that. There's weirdos out there.
I did see something though that apparently like one of the big Chiefs bars in Philly was closing for the day. They were like, it's the safest option is for us to just be closed today.
Yeah, so many of my friends lives in Philly, and she's saying like a lot of the bars are just closing regardless. They've like boarded up and everything.
Kind of crazy, but I'm excited. Kendrick Lamar is the halftime show, which I'm not that thrilled for it.
I honestly didn't even know he had like an album out and he won like Song of the Year or something.
Well, yeah, it's his diss track for Drake.
I've like never listened to any of those songs, so I don't know.
Well, his was like a big deal because obviously like Drake was always like number one, he's amazing. And usually a diss track it doesn't get anything. Like it's a diss track and people will listen to it and they're like, okay, great. And they move on. But for like Kendrick Lamar's to be actually good and then winning awards, it's this huge deal because then also he wore, I guess it was the Grammys, a Canadian tuxedo, the denim on denim, which then was a whole thing too, because obviously Drake is Canadian. So then people are like, damn, he's just like out here dissing him left and right.
Yeah. What is their feud?
Honestly, I don't even know. One of them said like, I really don't even know. It was like something about, I want to say they were saying that like put money where your mouth is or whatever, like, or whatever that saying is. Like one is all talk and not doing anything. And then like, I think Kendrick says something that like Drake likes little kids or something. I don't really know.
Yeah, his relationship with Millie Bobby Brown.
Yeah.
That.
And so I don't know. It was just a lot, but I will say like the few songs I do know of on the album, like they are good songs. I'm just like, I don't know, like it's not an exciting halftime show in my opinion.
I don't know.
Like I look forward to Rihanna. I don't even remember who was last year, to be honest. Was it Beyonce? Maybe.
No, I thought Rihanna was last year. Oh no, it was Usher.
Oh yeah, and see, I look forward to Usher, but like Kendrick, I'm not excited for. But I will say, during the Super Bowl last year is when Beyonce announced that she was coming out with a country album. So I wonder if there will be like any exciting announcements like that during it. I don't know. We'll see. I guess I'm excited for the commercials. I don't have any plans of watching the Super Bowl. Do you?
No, I don't even have like cable.
I honestly don't even know if it's on cable. I feel like it's on like some weird streaming service.
Our TV here is so annoying. Like it for some reason will only stream Netflix or YouTube. So, and like that's why I haven't watched TV Because people be like,
Yeah.
oh, like, I don't know, like, love my Housewives show. I haven't watched any of them since before people were in town. So I'm like 2 months behind. And like I have a status to keep on in the
Yeah.
Twitterverse, but like
Yeah.
I haven't been watching anything. And then when I went to Canada, I was like, okay, well, I'll watch some there. But Peacock isn't streamable in Canada. But I downloaded some shows, but I still didn't want to. I still just like didn't feel the. I just don't want to. I don't know. I'm just like not in the mood to watch TV.
Yeah, I get that. I get that way. I don't really watch much TV in general, other than sports, I'd say, for the most part.
Yeah, I just haven't felt the urge to like pay attention to something. I did watch that show Missing You,
Mm-hmm.
and that was like 5 episodes, and I watched the whole thing in like one sitting, which was honestly listen to this. So I was listening to the audiobook Missing You, and I didn't know it was a TV show, and the TV show literally came out 2 days before I started the audiobook.
It's like me with Night Bitch when the movie came out, and I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, I was like, I didn't even know this
book
was
I've
like
ever read.
I didn't even know it was like a thing. And she won awards for that, or she was nominated for awards for that movie, Night Bitch.
Yeah, I know. And then you sent it to me, and I was like, wait, that was the worst book I've ever read. I've been shit talking this book to literally everyone that will listen. And then you're like, is this the book you read? It's a movie. And it was in theaters and everything. I was like, oh.
Yeah, it was like nominated for Oscars and stuff.
Yeah, maybe I don't, like
maybe you don't have that like arty side.
Yeah, like maybe I'm not the beholder of the eye for this art.
Yeah, I don't think you're not a cinematographer. Like this is not for you. You're more of an Oscars outfit person versus like Oscars content.
Worthy. Yeah, speaking of art, so I went on that second date.
Yeah.
I guess when we were recording, the plan was at the time to go like drive to his house, go get pizza. And I was like, I don't know if I'll meet the pets. Well, plans changed because it was raining the entire day here. So walking to go get pizza kind of sounded awful. So he suggested we would make pizza at his house. And I was slightly panicked. And I was like, okay, now I'm 100% meeting the pets. And I've made pizza once before at a girls' night actually at my place, and they all turned out awful. And so I was like, oh no. And I gave him that pre-warning. I was like, okay, I hope you know what you're doing though, because we've done this before and it failed.
I've made pizza like a billion times, so I don't know how the one time you did it turned out.
Well, here's my question. Did you use pizza dough or did you just already buy like a flatbread?
We had a bread maker, so we made our own dough.
So the one that we failed on, where we made at my house, like we bought the dough and we like did the dough. And I think that was our main issue. I don't think we followed any like recipe or anything. And I think because again, I don't even know. In my head, it's like you take the dough and you lay things out and then you put it in the oven. And that's what we did. And I don't know if we did the dough too thin or we put too many toppings on it or what. It turned out awful. But when I did it at his house, he had bought like flatbread type dough.
Yeah, like the pre-made or whatever.
Yes. And it worked great. We each made our own. I went so simple. I was like sauce, cheese, pepperoni. And he was like, you don't want anything else? And he bought everything, like peppers and mushrooms and like 3 different types of cheese. And mine was so basic. He was like, you're not going to do anything more? And I was like, honestly, no, because I'm kind of scared. It went really poorly last time. And I will say a few days after the date, he said he ate the rest of mine for his lunch. And he did admit that mine was better than his. So that was a dub. But I met the pets. He might have one of the cutest cats I've ever seen. It's like one of the Persian, maybe? Like, I don't know. We're like blue eyes and then like kind of a darker face.
Like the Siamese cats?
Maybe. Let me look it up.
They're like almost like a white gray and then like they've got almost like black outlines somehow. I don't even know how that happens.
Yes. But okay, his is like fluffier.
Like long-haired?
Yeah. Like when I just Googled Siamese cat, his is cuter than this cat that's coming up.
Have you seen Paige DeSorbo's cat? That thing is beautiful. Sure. If I looked, that cat is beautiful. Like it's like I don't even know how to explain it. Like her name is Daphne. Like I follow her on Instagram.
You can follow the cat?
No, Paige, not the cat.
Oh.
And
I
so
mean,
she just
you follow raccoons and stuff,
I do
so I was
yeah, I
like,
do
am I
Shredder the raccoon.
okay, so the face of his is darker, but similar to hers, to Daphne, I guess. His is named Lenny, but the cat was so cute and the cat loved me. And so then I was totally into it. Other than when I got home, I was like lint roller everywhere.
Oh, sheds. Usually the long furred ones, I feel like they don't maybe, I don't know.
No, this one definitely shed. The dog was cool, kind of chill. I noticed that it like stares at the ground for a while, and I didn't understand why. And I wasn't gonna say anything. I was just like, whatever. But then I found out that his previous owners used to play with the dog with a laser, like on the ground, and the
Oh, yeah.
dog would chase the laser. And I guess or dog's a she, but she's so used to it that she just stares at the ground.
That kind of
It
makes
was
me feel bad. I feel like they messed the dog up a little bit.
So he finally I annoyingly observant. So I noticed this and I'm like, weird. And in my head, I'm over here like this dog can see ghosts. Like it can see spirits. That's why it's like staring around. And then later he was talking and he was like, well, that's why the dog like will stare at the floor because his owners used to do this laser. And I was like, I admitted to, I was like, oh my God, I noticed that she does that, but I just kind of thought she saw ghosts. And he was like, honestly, I think she kind of does, but that's why she actually does that.
What kind of dog? Is it like a mutt?
So he doesn't really, I did ask, he doesn't really know. I was like, you don't get DNA tested? Like, come on. It's black. And so, of course, me being me and not a like dog girl, I told my mom, I was like, I think it's like a black lab. And then I showed my mom a picture of it. And it's like so furry and has like long hair. She was like, it's not a black lab.
Arya's a black lab. What are you talking about?
No, which is why I thought she was a black lab.
They have short hair.
I don't know, dude. I'm not a dog person. So I'm not totally positive. And then later he was so I originally asked, it was like probably the first question I asked when I got there, what type of dog she was. And then he later told me that apparently one time he was walking her and this like couple stopped him and they're like, oh, is that some dog name that I've never heard before? And he was like, I'm not sure. And he said he looked it up and it did look very similar to her. So he assumes that's what she is, but he's not positive. It started with a W and that's all I really remember. But basically I went over, he gave me a tour of his house. I met the pets, we made pizza. And then we were like, do we want to watch a movie? Do we want to like go to this bar next door and play pool? Whatever. We decided on a movie. And of course he asks me like, movies have I seen or not seen? And I'm like, ooh, this is one conversation I'm not good at. I never know any movies. And he was like, well, what do you mean? I literally was like, I've like seen like White Chicks. That's all I can tell you. And so then we watched a movie called The Other Guys.
Oh, I love that movie. I quote that movie all the time.
That's Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we watched that. I don't think I've ever seen that before in my life.
I had it, apparently it's like a really like popular movie and I didn't know that. And so I don't know, I watched it during COVID one time and then it kind of just became like that background movie for me because it's just funny and easy. And I actually quote that movie all the time and people don't get it. But
I had never seen it and he was so shook that I had never seen it. And I was like, I honestly don't even know if I've ever even heard the name of the movie. But yeah, we watched that. But I will say I then got a little confused because right after we watched that, we like started watching in the middle of Step Brothers. Obviously, Will Ferrell's in both. And so my head started like getting real confused for a quick second. And I was like, wait, what? And I was like, wait, the other movie's over with. Now we're in this movie. But I did get confused. But yeah, that was that. We kissed, which went well. We've talked since. He's at a bachelor trip this weekend. And then he flies back tomorrow, but then I leave town and I come back Thursday, but I have Valentine's Thursday night. So I'm going to send him a text and we've talked like, oh, we want to see each other again. We haven't talked at all since he's on his trip. I kind of ended the conversation because I just didn't want to be, I don't know. I feel like it's like such an awkward time of dating where like, we're not going to start talking 24/7.
Yeah, and it's like and having like the awkward small talk is like even worse. Like that's almost like an ick, and it makes you not want to go on like the third date. At least,
yeah, and like I don't need to be like, "How was your day?" and then be like, "Oh, what club are you going to? Like, I don't know. I don't like it. And so I just rather be like the chill, like, you go do your thing, girl. And I was like, have like a good time. So I'm going to text. My plan is to text him tonight and be like, hope you've had a great trip. Fly back safely tomorrow. Can't wait to catch up or something like that. With my hope that he'll respond and be like, yeah, when are you free this upcoming week? Because this is where it gets difficult. I'm free tomorrow, Monday. I don't know what time he's flying back. So if he flies back early enough in the day, then maybe we'll do something tomorrow night, but that's a lot. Because then I'm not free until Friday, which is freaking Valentine's Day.
Oh, yeah, and that's weird.
It's weird. Like, we can't go out to dinner on Valentine's Day together.
No.
Everyone will think we're, like, married, which, like, we are, but, like...
No, but, like, I get it. Because even in, like, the dating where, like, I'm just not a celebratory, like, I don't care about Valentine's Day. That kind of stuff, like, I don't care about. So we'd be like, oh, let's go out and get dinner. Except it's Valentine's Day, and I'm like, I don't want people to think that we're the couple that goes out to dinner on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Because like, it's fine. Like, I love that everybody else has the things that they all love. Like, I just don't.
It's also
care.
the people that, like, don't go out to eat often. So they don't know what the fuck they're doing. It's like being behind someone in an airport that's like going through security for the first time in 6 years. And it's like, take out your fucking iPad, take out your phone, take off your shoes and go.
Yeah, like, and I got eat often.
Yeah, me too. So,
and
like, it's the people that have no idea what's going on. Also, I fucking hate a prefix menu.
That's what I was going to say. They do, like, the fixed menus, and then...
I don't want to eat the fixed shit on your menu. I want to choose what I want to eat. And why are you already choosing what I have to eat and I'm spending $90 per person? I don't even get to choose what I want to eat.
Yeah, I don't. To each their own. I know some people, like, I have friends that, like, really love it. And for me, like, I just don't care.
I mean, I do enjoy it. I don't know. Like, when I dated P for like a hot minute, we went out to dinner, but we went out to dinner because last year, I want to say Valentine's Day was on a Wednesday. So we went out to dinner on Friday for it. So it was a few days later. But this year, it being literally on Friday, it's just, I don't really know. And our last date was at his house. So I'm like, shit, like, then do I offer my house? But then do I have to cook? Because I don't want to fucking cook.
No, dude, what you do is then order takeout, but pretend like you cooked it.
But then do we see like that, like, romantic couple that's getting takeout and like, oh, we're gonna eat sushi at home with wine and watch movies. I don't know. We'll see.
There's just a lot of pressure when it's on Valentine's. If that was on any other day, it wouldn't feel as, like, weird.
Yeah. Our literal last date was on a Friday and it was great. Fine. We watched other guys. Now it lands on a Valentine's Day, which is, like, of course, like, the one time, I mean, not the one time, I've been single many, many times, but, like, Valentine's would land on a Friday while I'm single. Like, what an ideal day to go, if I had a boyfriend, do something, but I'm not. So yeah, we'll see where that goes, because then the following weekend I'm in New York.
Yeah.
So I'm like, we got slim pickings on when we're gonna see each other next. So I don't know. We'll see where it goes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not even gonna be in New York for Valentine's Day. I think that's for the best. I feel like New York could be annoying on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, I feel like it could be too. I watched actually this morning, because you guys got so much snow last night. Some guy was walking through Central Park on live on TikTok. And so I watched him walking through and he was just like, it's so gorgeous out and whatever. It got annoying after like 3 minutes, but I was doing my makeup and so I just like had it on. I was like, oh,
like,
that
too
is
much
pretty.
Positivity is annoying.
Really? And it was like,
I'm not that positive.
And he was one of those like live people where he's like, send me more dragons. Oh, this. You know how like people can like send gifts, I guess.
Do you make money off of those? Like, I don't get it.
I think so. I don't really get it either. My coworker asks me all the time, and I'm like, I'm not on that side of TikTok, so I don't really know how it works. But
well, like, when I'm on a live, it'll be like, send a rose for 1 coin. So I'm like, okay, let me try that. Then it's like, get coins. And I'm like, how do I get coins? It doesn't even give me the option to press get coins.
Yeah, I think we have to buy coins. I'm not sure. I know they get like money also based off their likes, because sometimes I'll even be watching lives and all of a sudden the screen's like, and I'm like shaking, and it's because the TikToker that's on live is liking his own live to get him up some likes.
It's also to get views.
Yeah.
Like, it gets more traction. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, when more people are engaging, then it's going to show more people. And so then more people join. I get it. But yeah. And then he was showing dogs and he was like, oh, a golden retriever. Who in the chat has golden retriever? Oh, look at how gorgeous this golden retriever is. And I was like, all right, a little much now, sir.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
And he was like, imagine those Asian people I saw earlier. That's their one time in their life that they'll ever visit New York, and it being during this gorgeous snow. They are so lucky that it's during and I was like, okay, too much, sir. It's literally 8:30 in the morning. I'm not interested.
They're also probably from New York, like the Asian people. Let's be honest.
I mean, I feel like you can tell when they're tourists or not because they're like posing in front of a random tree.
Oh, and they're in Central Park.
And they have selfie sticks.
Oh yeah, I forgot about those, honestly. And I forgot about that until I moved back here, and I'm like, oh, people still use those.
I had one. I obviously have my memories pop up on my phone, and I got one, I guess, for Christmas, like 8 years ago now, like a long time ago. So I can't be judged for it. But there's like so many pictures of me like, woo! And I'm like, oh, don't know where that one, but glad it's gone.
Yeah. Yeah, they had like their moment there for a while.
Yeah, I'm glad we've all retired from it. Something that's been pissing me off lately is CoStar. If you guys don't use CoStar, it's an app, and you gotta sign up for it. It's amazing. And you have to know like where you're born, the time you're born, and obviously we all know the day we're born. But you get like do's and don'ts every single day. And that's literally isn't I don't say good night or good morning. I think we just send each other our CoStar.
No, literally.
And every day it has.
Ew, imagine if I texted you good morning every day. That'd be so gross.
It'd be so weird. But we literally, and then we see our do's and don'ts, and we like judge them. Like, so for example, my do's today are do morning pages, sent, go outside. Don't defensiveness, cut ties, comment wars. So I'm like, okay, do morning pages. Great. I went to church. Pages, check, sense. I put on perfume. I have a candle going. They like swung around the little pendulum thing in church.
Yeah.
Sense, done. Go outside. So far, all I've done is walk to and from my car outside. So I think I can do a little bit more on there. But great. So as I go through this every morning, lately, they've been repeating.
I know. Mine is oatmeal. We're raising cookies.
Cityscapes or something. And like
cityscapes, like I live in the city. So like the power walk. Basically, it wants me to go on a walk in the city, but then oatmeal raisin. And I've gotten this twice now.
Yeah, I remember because I was like, ooh, you could get like an oatmeal raisin cookie or an oatmeal raisin bagel or something. And I'm over the repeats. Why are you not giving me new dues? They're random words. Like, maybe I've just accomplished. Give me chocolate chip.
Yeah, I've been eating a lot of granola lately, and it's little chocolate chips in it. I actually been doing Greek yogurt, honey, and granola. I do that like every day now.
Yeah, that's a good way for you to get in your protein.
Yeah. I've been my protein I don't even have whey protein. I don't want to call it protein shake because it's just like flavored water.
I mean, whey protein's all different types of protein though, because sometimes people put them in protein shakes. I did see someone do, like the dirty Diet Coke, so like vanilla protein with the Diet Coke. Yeah. Someone posted, it was like a dirty Alani, I guess. So they took the cherry slush, I think it is the flavor Alani drink with vanilla protein and mixed it together. And I was like, wow, that is crazy. Like you're getting your protein in, but now you're also off the wall on energy. So I might try it one day. I don't know. We'll see. But I am intrigued by it.
I have the protein I got was mixed berry flavor. So if I did that with like a Celsius, it would be so much mixed berry.
It would be, but I feel like it would be good.
Oh, no, it would definitely be really good.
And then add some vodka, you're set.
My sister, it's so funny. Like, I say I'm not drinking. I obviously have drink, but in general, my alcohol intake is cut by like 79%, probably even more than that. Honestly, like 95%. And so I've had this bottle of vodka here since my sister bought it, and I just like haven't even touched any of it. I've got martini. I've got like stuff for martinis. I just haven't touched any of it. But I really don't drink at home a lot anyway. I mean, I didn't really used to. Like I'd have like a glass of wine sometimes. But I don't know, making like a liquor drink at home just seems aggressive.
I feel like I talked about this last week. Like I keep going to the liquor store and buying stuff, but then I haven't been drinking. I've only drank, it's February 9th. I've only drank 4 days this year so far. So, and 2 of those were dates. So I'm feeling pretty proud of that. My issue with, because I have everything now to make like a dirty martini, I have the peanut butter tequila, I have like a good array of things, but I'm not going to make a drink here if I don't have any plans of going somewhere.
Right.
Because like I'm already at home by myself. How lame can you be to be drinking at home by yourself? I can sometimes understand a glass of wine, but still, then you're opening a whole bottle. What's the point? Then you're going to have to drink it 2 days later. No reason. And so I'm just like, might as well. Yesterday I made a mocktail. And one of my guy friends was like, why are you making a mocktail? I was like, well, because I'm at home by myself. Like, what am I going to do? Make a cocktail and like then be itching to go do something and then be bored and sitting at my house? Like, now what?
Right.
No, so might as well make a mocktail, put some emergency on it, in it so I'm healthy. Maybe some ashwagandha so I'm feeling chill as hell. And call it a day.
Yeah, I just like, I don't know. I don't even like before, if I was like going out before, I'd like make a drink. I don't even do any of that anymore. Like, I just don't have any interest. Honestly, after just December just really took it out of me. Like, I just can't live like that.
I will say, so this same guy friend, he was like, so when does like normal Haleigh come back? Like, oh, not this one that you've been. And I was like, oh, once a guy hurts me.
I honestly just don't think I want to get back to that, like, at all.
I think I will, like, maybe not as crazy, but like, I know if I'm feeling skinny in the summer, I like to have fun in the summer, but I have to get to the feeling skinny part first.
Yeah, I don't know. I usually just have fun in the summer regardless. I'm like, whatever. I just
I
also
know,
like
but if
cold
I'm
out.
skinny, like pool parties and drinking, I'm gonna be like, this is so much fun. Whereas I'm not gonna be having as much fun, I think, if I'm not skinny.
I don't have a pool, so
Oh yeah, true.
that's why I'm like, what am I like gonna do? Like, just keep like if it's different if I'm at the pool. If I'm done like bar hopping again.
Yeah. And everyone has been, since we had perfect weather the last few days, everyone has been going down on the belt line. And I've not thought it would be fun. I don't know what it is. I know like past life me would have thought that would be amazing and a blast. And I would so want to do that. And I'd be looking for plans. And something in me, it just hasn't sounded fun at all. And so
No, that's what I've been too. And that's like it's like I'm in the where I'm like, oh, I want to do something, but I'm like, nothing sounds interesting.
Yeah. Oh, and last time I recorded, I had 2 upcoming baby showers, and now we have our newest Rarely Rad listener, Tip. He's
Oh yeah,
born.
little
He
boy.
came way earlier than he was expected, but he's alive and well and growing. He was born on 2525, so he's a little password baby, but he's cute and small. And welcome, Tip, to Rarely Rad.
Yeah, one extra listener.
He will make one of our listeners not rad at all, but at least maybe now she'll be able to be skinny again.
Go her. Yeah, I know. I was happy for them. I like knew the baby was gonna be. I didn't think it was gonna be that early. I just like was like, this is gonna be an early baby, just because I felt like it was a big baby.
Yeah. Well, that was something. I guess I haven't talked about this either. I didn't realize how I don't know the size of babies because I'm not around babies. I don't know anything about them. And so, of course, at the 2 baby showers, one, they are like, write advice to the parents. I'm like,
Run.
Me, advice. Okay. I remember the first one I went to, I literally wrote on, and it was just a blank, like, index card, like, no, nothing. And so I wrote, like, I'm not the person to be coming to for advice regarding this, but congrats, you're going to be great parents. I have nothing else to say. And then at the next one, they were like, they at least had prompts of like guesses and stuff. And so one was, how much will the baby weigh? At least I kind of know what that is because I know how much I weighed. So I can figure that out.
I don't know any of that. I just know 9 pounds is a lot, but then like 8 pounds a lot because like for a baby, 1 pound is a big difference. But like I don't know.
See, I don't even think of 9 pounds as a lot because like I know so many people that were born at 10 pounds.
Oh, then I don't know. I don't know anything about babies.
So I guess like also I don't really think I understand ounces.
I don't. I know I don't. I don't
How
even know
many
what
ounces is it 16 ounces in a pound?
So this is the other thing. I was brought up using the metric system, so like I was not taught any of this. And so people be like, "Oh, an ounce." And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, what is that?" And because like it's been so long since I utilized the metric system like in that sense, I don't know that either. So I actually know nothing.
Well, I was brought up in this system, whichever one this is, and I don't know it. And so I'm literally, even though I don't know, mathematically, I think, okay, after like 9 ounces, then you hit 10, that's the next pound. But I know that's not it because I was 7 pounds and 11 ounces. So I'm like, I know it goes past 10.
So you're
But
like in metric system mentality because you're like 10 is the reset. Because the metric
yeah,
system goes in tens, which makes sense. But then I think it's like 12 ounces in a pound.
I think it's more than that. I have no
This is
idea.
why I also get confused. Like I thought ounces were for liquid. Oh, have you not looked at your shampoo bottles?
Yeah,
It
and
doesn't
your
say
water
pound
bottles.
on it.
I do
I thought
know,
pounds were for solid, or like pounds are for solids.
I do know a gallon is 128 ounces. That is something I do know.
This was I feel like they always use ounces for like a liquid form of measurement, and randomly with babies too.
No, because okay, think about it. When we stand on our scale, it has like 110 pounds point something. And I think those points, I think those must be ounces.
Yeah, but like I feel like we don't say that. We just say the pound.
Yeah. I don't really know, but I guess like 9 pounds something, which could have been accurate if the baby wasn't born 100 years early. But the height of a baby, I have no idea. And I'm sure I could have used my brain a little bit harder and thought, like, all right, 12 inches are in a foot. So, like, a baby's a little bit more than maybe 12 inches, probably.
Oh, really? I thought they were like close to 2 feet long.
My dumbass guessed it would be 33 inches tall.
I was gonna say 24 inches. I don't know
And
what the
so
regular length is.
these women were looking at it, or they were like going through the cards, seeing what people wrote, and they're like laughing. And I look over, and of course, they're looking at mine. And they're like, and I was like, don't say any of this out loud. That's mine. And they were like, oh, is she not going to read them out loud? And I was like, God, I hope not. And they're like, well, you guessed a 3-year-old for the height of what it will be born at. And I was like, did I? Did I really? Because no idea. And then it also did have a section of like, what do you hope the baby gets from the dad? And what do you hope the baby gets from the mom? And so from the dad, I said height because the mom is so short. And from the mom, I said hair.
Wow.
A
You're the
lot.
worst.
I wasn't the only person that wrote it though, thank
Oh,
goodness. But yeah, it was funny. But they were like, she's gonna read these out loud, and I was like, I really hope she doesn't.
wow.
But yeah, that was
Yeah,
my extended
actually,
baby showers.
I took a baby shower once, and this is I don't even know what the chances of this were. We did like a questionnaire like that, and I won. I won. I got them all right. I can't even remember what the questions were, but I won a pot of honey. What are they called? Like the towels, the
A
dish
dish
towel. It was
towel.
like with, yeah, a dish towel. It had like bees on it because it was kind of like a like the old school Winnie the Pooh,
Uh-huh.
like that type of a theme. And like I won like 4 or 5 things, and I was
The
like, I don't know how.
the first one I went to, it was a lot of the girls' moms, like friends,
Mm.
and we all got paired up to do like a questionnaire of like random things, like about nursery rhymes and like what celebrity had a baby at 80 years old in 2024. It was a guy.
Hugh Hefner.
Um, I want to. That's what someone said. I almost want to say Vince Vaughn, but I don't think that's correct.
Vince Vaughn is like 45. Now he's gonna be like
Yeah,
50.
I don't think that's correct. Does J Lo have twins?
I don't know.
There was a question about like what are the names of this celebrity's twins. It was a bunch of those, and like the only out of all these questions, there was like 20 questions. The only one I knew was, what is Andy from Toy Story's mean neighbor? And that's Sid.
Sid,
And
yeah.
That other than that, thank God we were paired based off like socks we had to pull out of a bag. I was with a woman that had 2 kids. So literally she sat there answering every single question. And I was like, I'm so sorry I'm not helpful for any of this, but I have no idea. But there was one woman, it was like, one of the questions was like, the woman with the most born kids, how many kids did she have?
The Octomom?
No, dude. This woman had like 69 kids. Yeah.
Was it just like all sets of triplets? Like, how does that?
I don't even know. And it was multiple choice. And it was like, I think the options were like 34, 44, 69, 74, or something like that. I remember we were all like, holy crap, it has to be 34. That's absurd. Because even the woman I was paired with, she was like, well, there is Duggars. Remember that TV show? Meet the Duggars. And so I was like, yeah. And so we went with 34, and nope, it was like 69 or 74. I don't know what it was, but I remember everyone in the room was just like flabbergasted of how many that is.
My thought is like, you have to have adopted at that point. Okay, I don't even know how that works.
No, yeah, I know the question was like, they gave birth to this. I don't really know. I was just like,
that makes me like sick, because I'm like, oh my God, how young was this girl starting to get pregnant?
And she was, yeah. I mean, I don't know, gross, but we did not win. We actually did really well on the game, but that was not due to anything I brought to the table. And then I had to leave early and go to the other baby shower, so I was like, bye.
Yeah, I have I'm going to Charlotte. I bought my flight down to Charlotte. It was $25 with tax.
How long are you staying down there?
I only bought a one-way.
Okay.
I'm gonna buy one back. I just kind of need to figure some things out. And I have clothes and stuff there, so it's not like I'm just gonna fly like I took a Frontier flight, you know?
Yeah.
I've got to get my car sorted while I'm over there. I want to go get my hair done. I don't know. And I don't want to feel like rushed to do it, which is why I brought a one way. And I'm just kind of like figure it out. But I don't want to stay through the weekend too, because I don't.
You might have to coming in on Tuesday evening, so then all you really have is Wednesday, Thursday if you leave Friday.
I know. What's gonna end up having to happen? I think I'm gonna leave Saturday morning or Saturday like afternoon.
Makes sense.
Then I'm like, do I just leave Sunday? And I'm like,
I need to get everything done, but how little time can I actually spend in Charlotte?
No, that's literally how I felt. I'm like, I don't want to like. I just don't want to. I guess I never really. I just don't want to see people. It kind of feels a little bit like going back to like your hometown. Like I'm like, I don't want to run into anybody. Like I'm gonna obviously see people that like I want to see.
Yeah.
But I don't really want to see a lot of people.
Yeah, but I think you can control that of like where you stay and what
yeah.
you do.
Yeah, I think first night I'm just gonna. What?
I was gonna say, as long as you don't go to Ed's, you should be good.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna stay. First night I'll stay at my parents' house, and I'll just have them like pick me up from the airport. Then I can have them have the people fix my car battery. So once my car is up and running, I'll be able to like actually do more things.
Yeah.
And then I'll go get a car inspection, pay my car taxes, do all that fun stuff. Basically, I'm just going to Charlotte to spend a bunch of money.
I know. It's just so, I was talking to my friend, like Friday, I spent all day talking to insurance companies, figuring out what the best pricing is, emailing back and forth, then reaching out to companies to refinance my car. And then I had a call with a lawyer for an old company I used to work for. And I was like, adulting's so fucking hard.
Yeah.
Like, and it's not like I did anything groundbreaking that day. Like but I spent all day doing it. And I was like, this is just frustrating. Adulting, it's crazy. It's kind of exhausting. I don't love it.
Yeah, no, it's so funny because I was watching, there's like TikTok speed dating guy. And so funny.
Jacob?
Yeah, The one that was on yesterday, they were actually like connecting over like insurance. Like they both worked in insurance, and then they both like did this. And I commented, I was like, being an adult is crazy because you literally bond over conversations like insurance.
The worst thing right now for me is I keep seeing like the quote that's like, don't worry about your 30s. Your 30s are just like your 20s, except you have more money. And I'm like, when's the more money part happen?
The thing is like, yeah, you like people like make more in their 30s, but I think because inflation is so high, it's like there doesn't really matter. Everything's the same.
I'm like, oh, okay. Well, luckily I have a few months before I turn 30 because not seeing the more money, but I did see a TikTok this morning, which I do kind of live by, and I just hadn't heard it out loud. Is this guy was like, someone had told him every TikTok video that you post is basically a lottery ticket. And I do think it's so true. And I feel like that's how we are too. Like we post one and we're like, this might be the one. This might be the one.
Getting there. I know I've gained like 12 followers last week. This week.
Yeah. I mean, January was my largest growth month. And so maybe February will do more. And then March will do even more. And then by September, when my birthday is and I turn 30, have grown enough to where maybe I will be rich.
I know I need to break 200 because 200 is where you can start going live.
Or yesterday when we were both just sitting around, I was like, damn, we could both just go live right now. But I was like, I don't think I can invite Iz to go live with me until she has 200.
Well, there's like weird people going live. Like I was on one like I was like scrolling. This girl's like crying on live, and she was trying to explain, and I was like, why are you crying? She's like, I was on live with some people and da-da-da happened and it like da-da-da. And I was like, wait, what? And then people are like, are you crying over TikTok right now? Like, I've been crying for 3 hours. And I'm like, what is going on?
I mean, I will say I do like to take photos when I'm crying.
Are you one of those? I
don't post them though.
I think it's so weird. And I'm like, oh, let me cry. Like, let me just record it real quick.
The recording, I think, is a little much for me. But sometimes I will take photos. I'm like, because then I can look back and I'll be like, wow, that was pitiful.
Oh god, yeah, no, I don't think I've ever taken a picture of myself crying. Unless it's like laugh crying. I did that with the video with the, the Grinch mask.
Oh, you guys still have that, right?
Yes, I have that. I'm keeping that for the rest of my life. I'm getting buried in that thing. I'm gonna be naked except for the Grinch mask.
Nothing else, please. Just this.
Just the Grinch mask.
As long as you look skinny.
Yeah, exactly.
Give me a fake tan.
Dude, I'm gonna have like the corner or whatever be like, dude, just get rid of some of that stuffing.
Can you contour my abs in these cans?
For real.
That's in your will because you'll be dead. Say it.
Yeah, be like, actually, instead of giving money to like my children and like put more money into my body, my dead body.
For no one to see, but make sure everyone comes to the funeral.
Okay, I was like thinking about this. Like when you die and you have like fake boobs and you get buried, like does everything decompose except for just like the breast implants? They're just like laying there.
Do they not remove them?
I don't know.
There's no way those things decompose.
No, that's what I'm wondering. Like,
I feel like they have to get removed, right?
I mean, I'm sure there's people that's been like, do not remove them. Like, you know.
Yeah, but like, can they just like make it look like they're still big and fluffed? Maybe they remove the silicone. Is it silicone? And then
silicone or salt water.
And then they add like newspaper so it will decompose.
Maybe. I don't know.
Plastic bags.
Well, those don't decompose either. I might as well just keep.
I know they do just very, 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 very slowly. Yeah. Whereas I don't think breast implants decompose ever.
I don't know. I mean, you have to get them replaced every like what 10 years or so.
I think it's like 7 to 10.
Yeah, it's like pretty frequent, and then you have to pay for it again.
Like we know people that are going to need a new one soon.
Yeah.
you guys got those when you were 20 and nah.
Wait, dude, listen to this. My friend and I went with my friend for drinks a couple days ago, and she has like really bad back problems. She has to get surgery on her back, and I was like, no, like she's like, I just don't want to have surgery, and I was like, no, like I get that. I was like, I know I have to have surgery on my nose again eventually, but I'm holding out for as long as possible. And I was like, I think when I'm under, I'm just gonna have them like, I have like a tiny little bump. Maybe I'll just have them like shave it off if I'm already under. But like, I don't know, like I haven't really thought that much into it. And she was like, yeah, my friend got like 3 or 4 cosmetic nose, like for cosmetic purposes. She's like, she says she can feel her nose start sliding off sometimes. She has to like tape, like, yes, has to like give it a little shake or something. I don't know. Like, I was like, what?
It's almost like I'm imagining like those potato heads.
That's literally what I'm saying. It's just like slowly, and you just have to like. I was shocked.
Jaw to the floor.
I mean, I know they can say it can like really mess you up if you do it multiple times. Now I was like, maybe I don't even want to get surgery on my nose, but like, I don't think mine obviously wasn't cosmetic. Mine was like for a removal of something, but still, I'm like, that's terrifying.
Also, I think it's just one of those things where it comes down to like, when you're doing surgeries like that, you get what you pay for.
Yes.
That is not the time for you to start like Grouponing and like finding the budget.
For real.
That is your face. And unfortunately, like that's your face for life. You can't do too much to change it.
Yeah, and it's like the girl's like what, 28, 30 maybe. So like she's got another like 50, 40, 30, 40, 50 years like shuffling her nose around. Hoping it stays on. And it's like, can you get surgery to fix that? Like, no, it doesn't feel like it because you've already gotten surgery 4 times.
I saw a random TikTok the other day, and it was this girl, and she was like, someone had told her, like, if you have never like broken a bone or like sprained anything or whatnot, that's because like your hardest battles that you fight in life aren't like physical, they're all mental. And she was like, can someone just come fucking break my ankle?
I broke my toe.
I don't really think that counts.
I don't think those count because you can't like do anything with them.
Yeah,
but I've never broken anything or
me either.
Sprained anything. I'll tell you right now, I struggle with mental battles for real.
Is that why we're struggling? Because we've never broken anything? Yeah, I've never broken a single thing at all. I wanted to. I had crutches because I wanted to break my ankle.
Dude, I was so ready to have a cast and have like people sign it.
Yeah, even today, the girl in front of me at church, she had a cool little lime green cast, and then the under, you know how that's always white?
Yeah.
Hers was black, and I was like, slay. And this girl's little, like 3rd grade, maybe. And I'm like over here like, I wonder how she did that. And I'm wanting to ask her, but obviously we're in the middle of church, so I can't. I thought it was so cool. No one had signed her cast though, so I don't know. Does she not have friends? Like, what's going on here? But I wanted one.
So, okay, what if you go on a first date with somebody and he has a broken leg? Is that an ick?
Okay, I think it depends on what it is. Like, if he tore his Achilles, like playing like pickup basketball at the gym, I don't think that's an ick.
No. You know what is an ick though? Regardless of what you did, once you have that little, the little stool where you have to put your knee on and you have the scooter, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. See, no, I don't think that's an ick either, but those are a pain in the ass because that's what my mom had when she had surgery at the end of last year. That thing is not convenient.
No, it's not.
It was like right before Christmas, and my mom goes so damn fast on that thing. We're trying to walk through Target, and she's all the way a mile ahead of us.
Yeah, she's rolling.
Scooting. And we're like, can you slow down? And it's Christmas time, so there's like displays everywhere, and all I'm imagining is like her ramming right into one and everything falling, and then her falling on her new foot. If I find it dumb or not, I think. Like if you like jumped off a roof,
yeah, that's
dumb.
That's
Like, what the fuck were you doing?
You go. When did we stopped jumping off roofs years ago?
Like that was like kind of fun in college, maybe. I mean,
That's what I'm saying. I didn't do it, but
I didn't do it. But like the frats would get like the giant blow up things,
yeah.
and then guys would like get on top of the frat house and jump on it. Great, you guys do that. That was cool in college. If you are now coming to me at 29 years old and telling me that you broke your arm because you jumped off the house onto a bouncy thing, you deserved to break your arm.
Yeah, and it's just like honestly, that's just embarrassing. Like it makes me feel like you're immature and irresponsible.
Oh, you 100% are. Like
why are you on the roof?
And unless you were like, I don't know, re-shingling the roof, you should not have been on the roof.
So I was out to dinner with this girl, and we're talking about friend groups and how it's kind of like been nicer to not have like one big friend group and have just like a lot of small or different groups, because then you don't feel so tied down to having to do what everybody else wants to do, or you have like options and so forth, and it doesn't get toxic or whatever.
Yeah, I agree. I like that idea.
Yeah, and so I can't remember exactly how it got brought up, but one of her friends was, I guess, dating a guy. He was older than her by like a good, probably about 10 years, 37, and she was like 20. Yeah, so like, not so weird, kind of but like
age difference, but like could be semi-normal.
Yeah, it's not weird. It's not weird. No, yeah. It's not weird, but you know what I mean. Anyway.
Well, it's less weird than like a 19-year-old and a 29-year-old.
Right, exactly. So, and I think it's also like the mindset, because this is in like the South, like old South. So it's like, okay, this man has a great job. He, wants a stay-at-home wife, but like she wants that too. So like there's like other benefactors to it. I guess she says she doesn't really like him. She wants to break up with him. So the girl, my friend was like, "Can maybe break up with him?" And the other girl's like, "Maybe I just cheat on him instead." So she cheats on him with the guy that lives like across the hall from her. So like somebody she's gonna regularly see. It happens like, I guess they're hooking up regularly. The boyfriend finds out because it's a small town. Everybody knows everybody. He obviously gets mad. He ends things, and the girl is like, "Should I try to win him back?" And my friend's like, "If you don't even want to be with him, like, no." And her other friends,
so normal though.
No, it's like the fear of it's like the feeling of rejection.
Like people so often are too afraid to just hurt someone else and break up with them. So that, I mean, even when long-term ex and I broke up, he was like, "I wish you did something wrong to make this easier on both of us, so we could like both be just more angry and versus like emotional and sad."
Right. Yeah. No. And so she ended up, he was like running a marathon or a half marathon on this shit. So her other friend was like, "You should stand out there with a sign saying, run and take me back," or something like that. And she did. And they got back together, and he made her move in with her, and they have
Of course he did. So he could watch her 24/7.
Listen to this. They have a contract that is put on the fridge. She took a picture of it, and I read this contract. The first sentence is, "I, first name, last name, will obey, first name, last name, boyfriend." And then there's like 3 bullet points, like 1, "I'm only allowed to have 2 to 3 drinks unless so-and-so is here. 2, here are the list of friends that I am allowed to have in my home. And here's the list of friends that are allowed to come in my home if I'm not there." So like that's even a smaller list. And then there was a third saying that was like, "Oh, all," in capitals, "all phone access is privy to me, the boyfriend." And then there was something else. She's like, "And she wants a ring." Like, she's like, my requirements is I want a ring. And then it's signed, and it's plastered on the fridge. And so the girl took a picture of it and sent it to their other, because they were a little throuple. a little 3-friend group. And she was like, what the F? We need to get our friend out of this. Like, this is like, we knew it was bad. This is bad. The friend obviously got mad. She was like, the girl with the girl, and she was like, I can't believe like you would send that to our friend. Like, that's, you know, betraying me, blah, 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 blah. And she's like, you're making it public. She's like, I'm not trying to make it public. It's literally posted on your fridge. Like, anybody in your house can just see that. She's
Yeah,
like,
but only these people are allowed into the house. So only
well, they're
those
no
people
longer
are
allowed into the house, or they're not friends with her anymore. They're not on the approved list.
Wow.
I was shocked when I read that.
Is
I
this
wish I had,
guy like loaded?
I don't know. And like, she showed me a picture of the girl. The girl is beautiful, gorgeous. I'm like, I just know on her absolute worst day, she still looks better than I have ever looked. Like, than I could even dream of looking. She is gorgeous. And he's like, fine. Like, he's not bad looking, but she is stunning. And I'm like, why would a girl like this, who could get any guy on this face of the earth, stay with this guy with a contract?
That's
I have to see if I
insane.
can. I wonder if her Instagram's on Hudge.
I
What is her
don't
name?
even have words.
I was like, I don't even know. Like, this is so what? You know?
It's just wild too, because like these things are so common and they're out there. And we like it's
like,
happening
yeah,
all over.
I know. I like, oh, damn it.
And like, and the scary thing is like the girl wants to be in the situation. Like, she's happy that she's in this.
I don't even fully understand it because she didn't want to be with him. I think she just like felt rejected, and then she was like, okay, I guess I'm gonna stay with him because I got rejected. Like, she got caught cheating. I don't really fully know.
I mean, I get it in the fact that like I dated this boy at one point and he wasn't giving me enough attention. And I was like, forget this. Like, I'm not doing this anymore. So I broke up with him, fully expecting him to then like beg for me back, you know? Like, you're not going to be better, get anyone better than me. Like, you're going to be so sad and you're going to like work harder.
Yeah.
And then he didn't. And he was like, yeah, this is probably for the best. And I was like, what? Yeah, sir, that is not the answer you're supposed to give. You're supposed to be sad and heartbroken and trying to get me back, and you're not doing that. And so I wonder if like that was kind of her feelings. I don't know.
So I guess this girl has like, she's a serial cheater. I guess she's like never been faithful to a person in her life. And I think it's like, I'm not
I hate when people say that too.
Yeah, no, I'm like, it's not an excuse. They're like, well, I saw what my parents do. I'm like, okay, well then break the cycle. Like, you know?
Yeah.
And I just
it
like,
ends with us.
Like, for real. So I don't, oh wait, I think this is her. Yeah, found her. I'll send you a screenshot. Her page is not on private, so I'll send it to you.
Oh, hell yeah. All right. Well, then at this point, we're going to wrap up this week's episode because we need to talk about some tea that can't be on mic. So we'll talk to y'all next week and we'll have a Super Bowl winner. Go Eagles. Happy joining the earth tip. And we'll talk to y'all next week. Bye. Bye.